You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much.
Robert, ituloy mo yung hindi mo natuloy nung last week na information na dapat nalaman ng taong bayan kung bakit biglang humina. Although, nakatulong ang media sa pagkakalat na yung well engineering na ginawa sa Yolanda and sa North, no? Na nasira ang Cagayan, Abra, and so many other provinces in Northern Luzon, including Ilocos Norte, ay weather engineered. Meaning ay hindi ito God-given, wrath of God. This is man-made. Unusual, tayo ay tumanda na ngayon lang tayo nakarinig ng signal number 4 and 5. So, can you explain?
Thank you for
Thank you.
giving me the opportunity. Background muna. Ever since I can remember, I was always amused with energy. When I was young, may itang ulo ko, gusto ko yung ilaw, pupundi, nagalit sa kasambahay, nagkakasakit. And then I went on to engineering, and with my professor, I found out about free energy, electromagnetic waves. So I researched on this technology. This is what they call High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HAARP if you want to Google it. It's actually weather engineering. Now, the purpose of which, in my research, is the U.S. military's goal of achieving full spectrum dominance by the year 2020. Okay, I was amused by the fact that the strongest storm that ever hit land was in Yolanda. And then I back-checked again the urgency of finding out this signal number 5, which is actually unusual. And it's coming out that these electromagnetic weapons, okay, you can check it out, it was used in other countries, like Iraq, okay, like Afghanistan, Cuba. You know, in Cuba, a few years ago, a severe drought that eroded 40% of the farmland in Cuba for a purpose. Having said that, can you just imagine, nobody's talking about it now, but if this storm hit Manila, what would have happened? Buti lang meron tayong Sierra Madre na natigil, na-divert. Kung hindi, wasak ang Manila. Can you just imagine? The timing is really, weird. I've seen things in my life that are difficult to explain, like spoon bending, silver mind control. This is just an expansion of it. Okay? Now, to give you an idea what it's all about, it also not only affects the weather, the ionosphere is bombarded with electromagnetic waves using
Antennas.
what's this, antennas, no? Actually, a set of antennas. That's right. A number of them, one way, and this effectively there's questions about the involvement of HAARP in major disasters like earthquakes in Haiti, Indonesian tsunami, Hurricane Katrina. Could this have been HAARP experiments gone awry? That's a question. Now, segments of human emotions also are affected by this. Okay, including anxiety, sadness, fear, embarrassment. Because this technology can also be used for communications, also affecting our moods, including jealousy, resentment, bad vibes. You know what bad vibes is? Everybody has, moods, swinging moods and all that.
Bipolar.
Yeah. Yes, especially. And terror have been identified and isolated with the EEG signals, electromagnetic pulses. Silent sound carriers frequencies could silently trigger the occurrence of the same basic emotion in another human being. And it's being used now. Negative emotions against, whoever. And I wouldn't be surprised if our old president is being bombarded with negative, because he's been so bipolar. Now it's good, and later on he just burst out. Why? No, it's unusual, very unusual. It was not like that before. It's not like that before. Yes. It is therefore possible to manipulate the nervous system of a subject by pulsing images displayed in a nearby computer monitor. This is really happening. And we have to be aware of this. Having said that, the occurrence is unusual and the damage is terrible, affecting our economy. And this has to stop. This has to be brought out. Everybody should be aware of this. Otherwise, it will be repeated.
Who is doing this research?
Well, I'm part of it. I'm
No. That HAARP project. Who is
American military.
military who?
That's a difficult question to answer specifically. But since I'm a member of the Philippine Inventor Society, and I've also been also UNDP scholar with the UST, and we created a machine, free energy, recently, which we tried to export. This is really a situation where it's gonna get worse.
Are you telling that there's no signal number 4 and 5 as what they are telling us?
It was really very strong. It was really signal number 4 and 5. And
So that is possible.
it happened. It really happened. It's unusual. And it's gonna happen again. Can you imagine if there was no problem in the West Philippine Sea? Baka Manila Bay tinamaan. Can you imagine the damage sa Manila? Since we are below sea level?
Is the meaning of weather engineering?
Man-made.
Magnetic pulses, you bombard the ionosphere, and the temperature goes up by thousands of times. And this Earth's magnetic field could be decreased or disrupted at appropriate altitudes to modify or eliminate the magnetic field. Now, that being the case, you have to have about 180 antennas, elements, arranged in 15 columns by 12 rows, hit the ionosphere, and then the weather disturbance happens.
Saka lahat na sinasabi ni Robert, you can check it out with google.com. I-browse lang yung HAARP. Makikita nyo kung gaano katindi itong operation na yan, na kung paano namamanipulate ang weather. Parang sa sine.
North Korea, for information, had declared flooding and drought. Cuba, of course, Afghanistan, the worst drought in Afghanistan history. Iraq suffered the worst drought of the century. And that can go on and on. And the Philippines, peeling away from the US, is it coincidental? You tell me.
Sir Robert, di ba marami hong engineering weather na nangyari po ngayon? So, sa ganitong pagkakataon, ano po ba yung dapat namin paniwalaan regarding sa mga ganyang ginagawa po ng man-made problem sa ating bansa? Natural calamity ang mas maganda kong malaman.
Hindi na natural to dahil this is already man-made, no?
Opo.
Siguro, una naniniwala ako sa karma. Pangalawa, kailangan ng media, malaman ng tao, para once and for all, mabulgar na talaga yung ginagawa nila. And, mabigay sila ng government sa UN o whatever na talagang dapat itigil to.
Pwede po ba magawa kayo ng statement na diretso para sa buong bayan, buong bansa?
Okay, i-detect siya sa akin, ilalabas ko sa dyaryo.
Opo.
Okay.
Okay po.
Ito lang masasabi ko, protest against climate change.
Okay, thank you very much.
Galaw-gaw, kay harot-harot tingnan maliksi, di mapigil ang gaslaw. Galaw-gaw, ang lahat ginagalaw, napakaharot at pakialam. Galaw-gaw, kung tawagin siya'y ganyan, kang karot, na trumpong tumatarang. Galaw-gaw, nakalilitong masdan.